Okay, so the first thing we're going to want to do is we will want to change the units to mm. So type in units. And set our units to mm. Okay. Once we've changed our units, then we can go ahead with the drawing process. The tool that I'll turn on first is I'll make sure that all of my snaps are selected. So I can go to object snap selection and then select all. So make sure that they're all selected. Then I'll click OK. I'll also turn on my orthographic drawing tool, my ortho mode. All right. So the way I'm going to approach this is I'm going to start with this shape here. I'm going to draw this half, this top half first, and then I'm going to mirror it to this side and then draw this bottom section. And then using this drawing, he'll help me to draw this, this drawing this side. Okay, so I'm going to start by drawing this side first. So I'll start with the center line of any distance. I'll make mine a little bit long. Okay, let's just move this a bit further away from the origin so that we don't get confused. So I'll move it out here somewhere. All right. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw my circles. Okay, so I'm going to use the arc method. So I'm going to select my arc tool as center start angle. So my center point, I'll put it anywhere on this line. Center, my start point will be a distance of 5. All right, so we're drawing the first, those semicircles. Those circles on the drawing, the two 10 diameter circles. So I'll start my start point at 5. And then the angle that I want will be 180. So I'll type in 180, enter. Okay. So this should give me a circle of diameter 10. Now I'm going to draw a line from the center here down, make that 22. All right, so that's down here. That's down here. Now I'm going to draw another semicircle from this point. Again, same method as how I used to draw this one. So again, I'll go arc, center start angle. So my center is here. My start will be 5 away from that point, and my angle will be 180. Okay, following along, Alameda, up to this point. Okay, great. So now I'm going to draw the lines that run parallel to this center line so that I can draw my slot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this line. So I'll select my copy tool, select that line, enter. Now my base point will be from the center. And I want to copy it a distance of 16. So I'll set my distance to 16. So that's out here. All right. Now again, I'm going to go to my arc tool, center start angle. So center start, my angle this time will be 90. And again, arc tool, center start, and this time it will be minus 90. Okay. Yes, it will still be recorded, even if you fall behind. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to extend this line to my extent of my slot. And then from this point, I'll extend it another 3 mm. This is for my center line. So extend it 3 mm on both sides. Okay. Now in line with the center line from here, we have our part of our geometry. So from there across to here. No, it would be best to use the fillet tool instead of the arc tool. Okay, there's chances that you might misplace the center of your arc when you try and use the arc tool. So it's always best to try and use a fillet if you can. We could have drawn these using fillets if we wanted. If I drew this as a rectangle and then filleted the edges to a radius of 16, I could have done this as well. So there's lots of different methods that you can use. Yes, fillet is usable. So from the center out, I'm going to measure a distance of 43 and then down 32. Then back to my center point. From this point, I'll go up a distance of 16, out a distance of 7, and then down 32. Back to the origin. Okay. I'm going to draw another line from this point across 10, and then down to here, and then from there, further extending to this point, in line with this bottom edge. And then I'll draw another line from this point across 3 mm, down to this line, and then from that line down again to be in line at a distance of 16. Okay. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to join these two lines. And then I'll extend this line down a distance of 12 mm. Oh, sorry, 4 mm. From here, I'll draw a line that goes back to my center line. And if I go and use my utilities tool and measure the distance between this line and this line, it should be 12 mm. Okay. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line that goes from this midpoint here to this side. Now selecting that line that I've just drawn, I'll extend it 3 mm and extend it 3 mm the other side. Right, this is the center line for my shape here, for my circle here. Next, I'll draw a line from this base point up 10 mm and then across. Sorry, not 10 mm. I believe this distance should be, oh yes, it is 10 mm. So from this line up 10 mm and across to the opposite side. What I'll do is I'll just mirror this line about this line. So I'll use the mirror tool, select my line, enter, and select my mirror line. Do I want to erase source? No. Okay. Now I'll add my fillets. So I'm going to add a fillet here and here, down here, and here and here. So I'll select fillet tool, fillet. First thing to do, I set my radius. So I can come down here and press radius, or I can type R, enter, set my radius to 3, and select the lines that I want to fillet. So fillet that line, extend it across, again, fillet this line, extend this one across, then fillet again, this time these two lines, extend this line up, fillet again, this line and this line. And what I'll do is I'll extend this line from this point back up. So every time you fillet, it will erase one of the lines that you filleted, right? So that's why I have to keep extending. If not, then you won't have any lines to fillet. So obviously after you fillet, just make sure that you either redraw or extend the line when necessary. So now I'll add my last fillet between these two lines, so this line and this line. So again, fillet, this line, And from this point down, there is another line. So I'll go draw my line from there down to the base. All right. So this is the basic geometry of the beginning. There's a 10 radius in here, fillet. So again, I'll choose fillet. Right now, the fillet radius is set to 3. I'm going to change that to 10 and select this line and this line. And then make sure to extend this line down to the base. Okay. If you're not following along, don't worry. This is being recorded, so I'll upload the recording once I'm done here. Okay. So this isn't a command that I've demonstrated before, but it is useful, and you don't necessarily have to use it, but it is useful to know. There's a command called join. So join allows you to join certain lines together. So if I were to select this line, and this line, and then press enter, now these all become one line. All right, and this becomes helpful when you're trying to change your line types or change your line weights. Instead of having to select so many lines, you can join lines together and then basically just have one line to change. Now, it only works if the lines are joined at a point like here. They're joined at this point. If I were to try and join this line to this line, I don't think it would work, but we can try it. Join this line to this line. See, it doesn't work because they don't join at a point, okay? They're kind of tangent to each other. So they have to join at endpoints for me to be able to join the lines. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to join this line to this line to this line, and this line. So all of these lines here, I'll join together. This line, I will join. So basically I'm trying to join all my hidden lines and all my visible lines. So I'll type in join again. So I'm going to join this line to this arc to this point. And then again, join this line to this line to this line. So now I have 2 lines, right? I'm going to join this line to this line and this line. So join 1, 2, 3, enter. So these are all one visible line. Okay, so I've pretty much drawn half of the shape. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the properties right away. So I'm going to change these into hidden lines, these to visible lines with a thicker line weight, and these to center lines. So I'll go up to my properties, by layer, and then other. I can also access the line manager by just typing in line type. Also comes up. I'm going to go to load and look for center. I'm also going to load in my hidden line. Okay, same step as last week's lab. So this lab, this Zoom meeting will end in 1 minute. So I'm going to end it now and then start it again using the same login information. Exactly, and then we can continue from this point on. So same login information. Set, knockout.